There are growing calls for more sanctions and a war crimes investigation into Russian President Vladimir Putin.
Ukraine is accusing Russia of killing hundreds of civilians in a town near Kyiv. CBS News' Deborah Alfarone has more, but we warn you, some of the images in this report are graphic.
In a town just outside Ukraine's capital, dead bodies remain in the street, some with their hands tied behind their backs. We're seeing the images now that Russian troops have pulled out of the area. Ukraine's President Volodymyr Zelensky visited Bucha, where hundreds of civilians, including children, were found dead, accusing Russia of genocide, adding this only makes it harder for the two sides to negotiate. The atrocities sparked global outrage. Britain's Foreign Secretary met with her Ukrainian counterpart in Poland Monday.
The butchery, the clear evidence of sexual crime, of the targeting of innocent civilians, and it's very clear that war crimes have taken place.
President Biden suggested Russian President Vladimir Putin should be tried as a war criminal.
This guy is brutal, and what's happening in Bucha is outrageous.
Russian officials have accused Ukraine of staging scenes like the one in Bucha, and they say that President Biden and Western leaders should examine their own conscience.
No matter what happens over the coming weeks, it is clear that Russia will never be welcomed by the Ukrainian people. Instead, its gains will be temporary as the brave Ukrainian people resist Russian occupation.
Humanitarian efforts continue as the war rages on. Faith leaders from Virginia are traveling to Poland to deliver diapers, medical supplies, and other items to refugees. UN officials say more than 4 million people have fled Ukraine since the Russian invasion began. Deborah Alfarone, CBS News, the White House.
CBS News foreign correspondent Deborah Pata joins us now from the capital of Ukraine. Hi there, Deborah. You visited Bucha today, a town in the Kyiv region where hundreds of people in civilian clothing were found dead. What did you see there, and what can you tell us about what happened?
Elaine, Bucha is no longer just a battlefield. It's become a crime scene. Russia has denied killing civilians, but the evidence there is mounting, and it's devastating. Unarmed civilians executed with their hands behind their back. There are images that I'm sure you've seen of residents, their bodies strewn across the town, residents on bikes, no match for Russian tanks as they rolled in. How were they ever going to survive against something like that? And Ukraine's military has released a video of what they're calling a basement torture chamber, where a line of people are crouched facing a wall, their hands tied. They were shot first in their legs and then with a bullet in the head. There are also reports, and there's images of mass graves. Around 300 bodies have already been found. Now, when we visited there today, we saw the body of a man who had been blindfolded, it appears, shot in the head. He was wearing a very rudimentary protective helmet with the defined words "Warriors of the Light" on it. That's from a Ukrainian resistance song. And residents who lived in the same apartment block as this man said that they saw Russian soldiers bring him there at gunpoint. So really devastating scenes there, and an indication that there are serious atrocities that are taking place that will have to be investigated further.
Absolutely horrific. Well, today, President Biden called for President Putin to be tried for war crimes. He says the world needs to continue amassing evidence to make the case. What are you seeing or hearing to support that charge? I mean, you just spelled out in really sobering detail what happened to these civilians.
Well, I think that's the key word that you've said there, Elaine, civilians. They were not wearing military uniform. That is a war crime. We're also starting to hear stories, unconfirmed at this point, of rape being used as a weapon of war. Young women and older women being raped by soldiers, another war crime. Ukrainian prosecutors are already investigating possible war crimes, gathering evidence, and the president of Ukraine, President Zelensky, has also talked about bringing in international prosecutors to assist in collecting this evidence for possible prosecution later down the line of war crimes. As you know, there's been global condemnation of what is happening in Bucha. But perhaps the most sobering point today was made by the foreign minister of Ukraine, who said that Bucha is really just the tipping point. And that's what is happening in places like Mariupol, which is in the Donbass region on the eastern front, is far worse than what's happening in Bucha. So that is just an unimaginable horror to contemplate.
Unimaginable indeed. Well, the images out of Bucha and other places where Russian forces are pulling back show that horrific devastation. How are civilians who may still be there and have survived this moving forward in the wake of Russia's retreat?
I know, one wonders, because when you go there, all you see is this trail of destruction and death, burnt out military vehicles, homes that have been smashed, hostile military airport where the Russians first landed with paratroopers has been completely demolished. Every person there has an individual tale of tragedy. Mothers, fathers, sons, daughters, they've all lost people in that fight. The leader of one village was killed along with her husband and son, also buried in a mass grave. People have lost their homes. The shelling in one courtyard that we went to, there were empty munition boxes, a car overturned, used as a protective shield. Their possessions have been blasted to smithereens. So entire businesses have been destroyed. This is going to take a long time to recover. People have been living in that part of Kyiv and elsewhere in the country, like Mariupol, often without water, without food, without heat. They do have food now, of course, in Bucha because the Russian forces have been pushed back from there. But I think what's going to take a lot longer, of course, is always the emotional scars. Those take the longest to heal, if they ever really do. This was once an average suburban town. It's now unrecognizable. But we should point out that the danger is not over. The Russians may have retreated from here, but the war rages on in Donbass, and there's talk and there's a belief that the Russians are scaling up for a full-scale attack there.
Deborah Pata in Kyiv, Ukraine, bearing witness to all of these atrocities for us. Deborah, thank you for sharing your reporting with us.
All right, everyone. Hello and welcome back to the channel. All right, we're going to focus our attention once more on a frauditor who calls himself Denver Metro Audits. By the name, you could tell that he is out there in Denver, Colorado, acting like a fool, as all frauditors do. Now, mind you, last video that I did of him was of him at an unemployment office acting like a fool. A big fool, guys. As we all know, a lot of these government businesses now that, well, since the pandemic, let's say, a lot of government buildings now, you just can't walk in and do as you please. Now you have to have legitimate business to go into that location. Now, that's not all government buildings. I mean, there's a lot of government buildings in my location that are still, you can walk in and do what you want to do to a certain extent, okay? But a lot of businesses, since the pandemic now, are operating this way where you have to have legitimate business to go into that location. Well, the unemployment office over there in Denver, Colorado, where Mr. Denver Metro Audits went to act like a fool, apparently is operating that way where you have to have legitimate business to go in there. Now, would you believe that this individual feels that his, let's say, so-called audit, going into a location and doing as he pleases to get a reaction, he considers that a legitimate business. Can you believe that? Okay? And he acted like a real total jerk, big-time jerk, that the police were called. let me show you his actions so you can get a better understanding of how he acted that particular moment. Well, let's check that out.
Can I help you guys?
Yeah, is this open to the public in here?
By appointment only.
Otherwise you can't come in?
Yes.
Yeah, but that's not, hey, hello? What are you doing, man? I was talking to you. See the rudeness, guys? They're not gonna let us in. I'll just keep ringing the bell then, bro. Gonna ring the bell a whole bunch of times, dude. That's unacceptable that he just shuts the door in our face. I was in the middle of having a conversation with the guy, man.
Yeah, can I help you?
Yeah, I was in the middle of talking to you and you just shut the door in my
Okay,
face.
can you turn
man.
that off? I'm not going to talk to you if you have this cameras on. There's no videographing anything. Can you turn it off?
No, that's incorrect, sir. I'm not even inside the building.
Do you have an appointment?
I'm asking, you have to have an appointment to enter the building?
Come in and talk to the, yes.
No, that's not true, sir. You have to have an appointment to have service here, but my business is doing a story on this building, so I need to come in.
Okay, well, thank you.
Thank you for what? Why? Don't be so rude, man.
Jesus.
I'm gonna sit here and ring this a whole bunch of times, dude.
All right, well, there you go. Even after the security guard telling him that you need an appointment to enter, he's still going to tell the guard, no, that's not the way it works. He truly believes that his so-called audit is a legitimate reason for him to enter that location. So here he is back again at that location, but this time he brought a handful of his friends. I don't know if it's for support for him to act more of an asshole, or is it for intimidation reasons? Either way, let's find out if he gets in. Let's see how it works out for him today. Let's check it out.
Hey guys, Denver Metro Audits. We are back at the Colorado Department of Employment because they were locking us out last time. That's a fire code violation. Also, that law that they have posted that says no recording actually never even passed in 2016. So that's illegal for them to have that sign trying to keep us out. So I'm here, of course, with Donut Hole. Got Sweet Tea with me today. The Police 719 and Ghost Rider. Ghost Rider's the one that did all the research on the law and the fire code. So we are back. So here is the law. Some of you guys saw that last time. That was never even a law. Never passed. We're gonna have to wait until somebody has an appointment for them to open the door. It's gonna be one of those things.
And the office is still open, so you guys can see office hours.
So should I do the thing that I did last time and just sit here and ring the bell constantly? All right, guys. So they're going to
Canada's watching. How you guys doing?
deny us access in here again. So I'll just sit here and ring the bell over and over until they do it, until they come.
Here it comes. Here's John, the homeowner.
Hi, can I help you?
What's up, John?
Guys, you cannot record here.
Sir, that's not true.
I told you. You cannot record on the state property.
The cops were here last time and they didn't do
Do you have an
anything.
appointment?
Yeah, we need to come in, John. We have an appointment.
Okay, do you have an appointment?
We don't have an appointment. We don't need
Okay,
one
you
to come
can't
this
come in.
building.
If you need to come in for
It's a fire
unemployment
code
reasons,
violation for you to be locking
then
these
you
doors,
need to
sir.
schedule an appointment.
It's a fire code violation for you to lock these doors. It's a fire code violation for you to lock this. Oh! Smashing my foot.
Get your foot out of the way.
Dude, what the hell?
Whoa! Hey, oh! Keep my foot. You.
Punk?
Punk ass.
Whoa!
Yeah.
Whoa!
That guy John's a punk ass, dude.
Damn, dude.
Smashed my foot.
Smash DMA's foot in the door, guys. Smash the foot on the door.
This guy's trying to still say that there's no recording when the cops came last time and didn't do a thing to us. Said that we're allowed to record here. He still wants to pull that card that we can't record on state property.
He needs to
What
be
an
put
idiot.
in check. And
So we're gonna file complaints on this guy John now because that's bull.
The fire department. Yeah. You could have totally begged him for that.
All right, let me jump in here for a minute, guys, and throw a comment here on what just transpired here, guys. Now, as you saw, he put his foot in the doorway to prevent the security guard from closing the door. Now, let me show you how big of an asshole he is, that he is now talking about filing a complaint on the security guard for smashing his foot. He is also talking about putting charges on the security guard. Can you believe this shit? He's talking about the security guard assaulted him, okay, for smashing his foot. Now, did we all see what he did? He actually put his foot in the doorway. Nobody twisted his arm to put the foot in the doorway to prevent the security guard from closing the door. And he wants to turn around and put charges on the security guard for this shit. Can you believe this? I had to throw that out there. I want you guys to be aware of this, okay? Amazing.
Call the fire department.
He doesn't have the authority to put hands on anyone.
No.
He's a security guard. His job is to observe and report. That's it. He can't touch members of the public.
And kicked you. Unbelievable.
kicked him?
So you guys see that?
Yeah, he kicked my foot out.
I had it.
Good.
Unbelievable.
Not assault or battery, they considered it harassment.
Yeah,
In Colorado, it's harassment, yeah. So we're going to sit here and ring this bell a whole bunch of times.
Battery? Yeah.
Yeah, there's no batteries. It's considered harassment in Colorado law.
Okay. Yeah, did you guys see
Unbelievable. Wow.
that? Awesome.
That security officer, assaulted or harassed.
Because
It would be harassment. Okay, that is harassment. Because Colorado Revised Statute 18911 says harassment is kick, strike, or shove. He just kicked you.
Yeah, he did.
Yep.
And are you okay being on camera? Okay. I didn't want
What do you think I do for a living?
Huh?
What do you think I do for a living?
Okay, just checking. I never worked with you before. We also have Ghost Rider with us today, you guys.
Unbelievable, guys. That is unnecessary. That is violent. That's what you call escalation, not de-escalation. Where?
He's just sitting there.
You got the phone?
Is he on the phone?
Should we call the cops on him since he attacked you? No. Okay. Yeah, we don't call.
We don't call the cops because we can't trust the cops to do their job correctly, right? So we call the cops on them. They could potentially assault us. They'll call the cops on us. Oh yeah, they're calling them now, and they're going to come, and we're going to have another conversation with them. And if the cops do come, then I'm going to see what they're going to do about Mr. John over here who likes to kick people.
Yeah, that was.
All right, bear with me, guys, with this interruption here, but you got 5 frauditors there. There are 5 grown-ups frauditors that are standing there complaining about the security guard kicking Chris. Chris is the Denver Metro Audits, okay? Mind you, nobody, they're grown-ups now, nobody has said anything to Chris about, hey, maybe you should have never put your foot in the doorway there. You know, maybe you should have never prevented him from closing the door, and this way he would have never had a reason to kick your foot. Maybe? Could that be? Is there a possibility, guys, that out of the 5 grown-ups, one of them would have said, hey, Chris, you know, maybe you were wrong for putting your foot in that doorway? And how could you bitch about you want to put charges on this man for battery? And you want to also complain that his job is only to observe and report? Guys, ask yourself that question. 5 grown-ups there, and nobody said shit to this guy for sticking his foot in the doorway. It goes to show you where they're at, where their mentality is at.
Very bad.
Unbelievable. Unbelievable.
Was that the same guy from last time?
Same guy from last time. John the hall monitor.
John Hall Monitor?
No, John the Hall Monitor.
Okay.
Like in school?
That's very...
You'd
They
be
get
a
in
great
control.
cop. You would be a great cop.
He'd be a great cop.
Yep.
If somebody like that was to be like a dictator, that's how tyranny happens.
Yes.
Tyrannical right there. That's the type of personality that would be like Kim Jong-un type of person.
Yes.
Yeah.
See, if I was wearing those boots, man, I'd be good. If I was wearing his boots, he's got some shit kickers on right there, dude.
Put it up his ass.
No, man, you got the boots on. You stick your foot in there next time.
Yeah, I'll put it up his ass. Oh shit. The one who was calling you vulgar names and he's a bootlicker. Remember that dude?
Terry?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you remember that corporal? I dealt with him in Denver.
Did you?
Yeah.
Does he always talk like that, or was he drunk that night?
I think he was drunk.
Yeah. Because I noticed that, but I kind of thought maybe he had a speech impediment.
I left it in whose comment I put it in? I think it was Johnny 5 and I was like, do you hear a slurred speech?
He was wobbling too. My friend sent me like a 3-second clip of he was going like this. He couldn't stand up straight.
Yeah.
At the end, that last interaction I had with him, he was slurring his words. He couldn't get out of anything correctly.
No.
The person with the keys is in the bathroom.
Yeah.
And let's say has a heart attack or passes out, and then a fire starts, they won't be able to find him or find the keys to be able to get out. I mean, there's so many scenarios that could go wrong with that.
You said you work here?
I don't know the law, so I couldn't tell you.
Do you work here though? Ma'am? I just walk away from people that are trying to talk to you?
My bus is coming.
Oh, okay. Well, you could have said something to me. It'd be rude. Well, she said she works here to ghostwriter, and I asked her. She just ignored me and walked away.
That's because everybody swarmed over here with cameras. She got scared of the cameras.
She's scared, man. Camera of mass destruction, shooting 30 frames per second. Hey, what's up, man? You trying to get in here for service or what? Okay. Well, they won't open the door for us. They'll open it for you, so that's why I came over here, so they can...
Yeah, ask them to open the door.
You have to ring the bell. So same thing that was happening at District 4. They don't like people with cameras, so now this guy is not being allowed in.
Did he have an appointment?
He told me he had an appointment.
So now they're refusing him service?
Oh yeah, you can see it right here. Perfect clear view.
On that side too, yeah.
Over there, guys, on that side where donut hole is, right above his head. I can't zoom in because I'm on my gimbal, but it says this door to remain unlocked during business hours. Clear as day. It's written on both sets of doors. How's it going, man?
What if somebody is here with their wheelchair?
It says it's closed due to damage, so they might be repairing it though.
Right, so how would somebody in a wheelchair?
Yeah, they wouldn't be able to get in.
Call for assistance.
So would that be? Oh yeah, so maybe they would help you, I guess.
Okay.
We would hope.
Maybe that's how we get in. That's how we called to get the answer.
Oh, look, let's call that number. Put that in the chat.
Okay, it's 303-318-9009.
So we'll see if they don't answer. Hey, is this John? This is John, the hall monitor that likes to assault people with cameras and kick them. Oh, see, he hung up on me.
So that's the direct number.
Oh, that's the direct number, guys. That's the number. 303-318-9009. Don't call that number.
Do not.
And speak with John, the hall monitor.
The hall monitor.
Who likes to assault people, kick them, and act like he's a cop, that he has authority to put hands on another free member of the public.
Right.
All right, so I've always said this bullshit when they do that crap about call flooding. I think there should be a charge for that, guys. I honestly feel there should be a charge. Right now, he's telling, he has what, 25, I think, he has over 20,000 subscribers, okay? So basically, let's just say all of them are watching. That's 20,000 people that I gotta imagine they take this shit serious, okay? A lot of their subscribers really take this shit to heart, and they will make the effort in calling, okay? So, again, I say, think about that, guys. 20,000 phone calls, all because this asshole here didn't get his way. Okay? You notice, listen, not only do you hear him bitching and moaning about something that he caused, my opinion, guys, if I'm wrong, correct me. Please correct me. But as far as I see it, he's the one that brought that problem for sticking his foot in the doorway, right? Which he still feels that the security guard is totally wrong for kicking his foot out of the doorway. Okay? Do you see how he acts with people? If they don't stop and communicate, if they don't stop and kiss his ass and give him the attention that he requires, oh, all of a sudden people are now afraid of cameras, they're this and that. This guy is really a problematic, I can't pronounce that word, you know what I'm saying? This guy has a problem, okay? He's truly a problematic, you know what I mean, guys, a person, okay? Again, I say, if he doesn't get the attention he wants, then you're the bad guy, okay? And one more time, I think there should be a charge when they throw numbers out there like that and ask the subscribers to call. There should be a charge. That bullshit about don't call, we all know, guys. We all know what they mean. That's the asshole that this guy is.
There's John the hall monitor, likes to assault members of the public. You're a disgrace, bud. Disgrace. Do better. Unacceptable. You don't put your hands on members of the public. What's wrong with you?
You need to leave and quit it.
I'm not going to leave anywhere. What's your name?
It doesn't matter. My name is Ron Minks. I'm the facilities director.
Did you know this guy put hands on me? He kicked me?
You were trying to get in the door.
Yeah, this is my building. I'm allowed in here. It's a fire code. It says right there, keep doors locked, unlocked during business hours. Tell your freaking dog to put him on a leash. You don't touch members of the public. His job is to observe and report, not assault members of the public. Disgrace. Do better. Disgrace in there.
You said you were trespassing, huh?
Go ahead. Try to trespass me. You can't trespass me from public property.
Did he say trespass?
You're gonna kick me? What's wrong with you, John? You would never do that out on the streets without that badge in there. Come try that on the streets over here. You're gonna kick me? Well, shoot, we're here for so long now, we might as well just wait till 4 or that at this point and go sit in the back entrance, bro, and record them all coming out.
There's another entrance over there.
Is there?
Yeah, I think that one thing that came up the hood, came from this one, and walked around the building.
How you guys doing? Video? Hey, you guys came in hot. And so we don't got District 6, now we got straight state patrol here, guys. That's kind of bizarre. Last time we had District 6 show up here.
How you guys doing? Are you guys closed for business right now?
Pardon me?
Are you guys closed for business?
We just had to let a customer in around these guys. But this one has stuck his foot in the door. My guard said, you're not coming in because we can't come in without an appointment. And they seem to have an issue with that. But they're interfering with customers. They're filming our employee exit doors, like they're watching for them, that kind of thing. So they just need to be dealt with.
Okay, so they have a right to film. They have the right to be on property. Actually, you guys can come in here and I don't need you.
We come in here?
No, you can't come in.
Okay.
It's appointment only, but we can come in. So I'll bring one of you guys in.
Because that's actually a fire code for them to lock the doors during business hours. Right, says right there above your head, doors are to remain unlocked during business hours. It's a fire code violation.
They won't talk to us, but that sign right there is illegal.
It's a house rule. It's not a CRS. It's never even passed. We looked it up. So this guy is trying to say that we're not allowed to record here.
About that illegal sign, they just want to keep the doors locked.
What are you trying to gain here? What are we doing?
Well, first off, get that sign removed.
Okay, so that sign is your biggest problem?
That's my problem. But
so if that sign wasn't here, you'd stop recording and walk away? You'd stop right?
Well, actually, what I initially,
yeah, go ahead.
I came here a couple weeks ago, and we wanted to do a story on the building. Okay. So this is a public building. We're allowed to come in here. They've said that it's appointment only, which nowadays they can require appointment only to get service. But my business here as an independent citizen journalist is to do a story on this building. For them to deny me access in here is illegal. They can't do that. Especially since, like I said, this is a fire code violation. They can't keep the doors locked. It says right there.
Right above every door.
Doors to remain unlocked during business
which is
hours.
fine, but when they're standing right here, they can unlock the door if there's a fire.
They're not standing there all the time.
No, that's not
but
acceptable.
Here's the deal. What do you want to gain? You want to be able to go in and record
I
stuff?
want to go in and record.
What do you want to record?
I want to record all the
Because
public.
it's not, you don't get to just record everything you want.
So no, I'm not going to go in the restricted area. I just want to record in the public lobby. We do our story peacefully and cooperatively.
Did you make an appointment?
No, we didn't make an appointment. You can't make an appointment to do a story on the building. You have to make an appointment to get service if you need unemployment or services.
Well, I don't work for them. So, I mean.
So we're going to, I mean, we actually.
Because of that sign.
But the moment you start putting your foot in the door, then you start escalating and it just gets worse, right? So.
Well, they escalated it by kicking them.
Yeah, they kicked me. That's assault. That's actually, it's in Colorado law, that's harassment. Because assault requires pain. So this guy right here should be cited for harassing a member of the public. But so far so good. Sergeant at least has obviously told him that we have the right to be on. This guy keeps telling us that we can't be on state property and record. Keeps pointing at this law here that was never even a law. It's a House bill.
House bill that never went anywhere. It died in the House.
In 2016.
So it proposed that the use of cameras was illegal, but a unanimous vote shelved it with no further action. So it died in the House with nothing going on with it. I'm here to have that removed, but
that's what you want removed?
Yes, that's the only thing I want.
We would make a compromise.
That's the only thing I'm here for.
We would actually make a compromise.
As a journalist myself, and I barely know this man, I saw this sign up on this door, and it's like, that's wrong. That needs to be removed. So they're under the impression that they can, scare people away from their rights.
Am I part of your story? So,
well, yeah, because you came up to us. I mean, you're here for us, so. I was trying to move over here because I got better light.
Come on. How often
is
do
that
you
what you
come
call
in
it now?
code 3?
Code 3?
Well, yeah, when lights and siren, they're going.
I'm new down here, so as far as code 3, that's not what.
What does the state call it?
It's all good, man. Let's see what happens here.
Oh, come on. Tell us what it is when the state does it.
It's all good. So you want that sign down?
Yep.
Yeah.
That's worth your time.
Yes, it is.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Well,
it's not even what you're here for. You're here for something.
Or that's one of the reasons.
But you just came here and you're like, oh, there's a sign.
You know that there's federal law, 18 USC 242, which is deprivation of rights under the color of law, which that is stating a supposed law that isn't a valid law. So therefore, it's depriving people of their rights to record by putting that up there because it isn't a legal law.
Okay.
So that's what my story is.
Sounds good.
Man, you guys came in hot. I thought you guys were gonna come out guns drawn the way you guys came in. Sirens blaring.
No.
Was it that big of an emergency? What they say on the call that we were doing?
Come from the Capitol building.
Yeah. That area.
Yeah.
So state patrol, you guys have jurisdiction over the entire state?
Yep. State patrol.
Yeah. Okay.
It's not like county,
Pretty much,
it's all the county, state patrols throughout the entire state.
They don't walk under the jurisdiction, so like Denver, if it's a Denver issue, they don't usually bother with it. But
well, because last time
Denver might still be coming, so I don't know.
Denver don't care.
Denver was already here last time, and they didn't do anything. We're allowed to be here.
Denver just doesn't want to deal with it.
Can't believe I reached for my fucking bicycle.
Can you get your name and badge number, please, sir?
It's not on there, bud.
Huh? I was saying, can you give me your name?
I thought you said you wanted to see my badge number.
Oh, no.
No, it's not. 7285.
Name?
You can see it, dude.
Can you state your name? You're good.
It's on my shirt, man.
It's your policy to state your name to member of the public.
Oh, that's it's a policy for me to state my name?
Yeah, you got your policy? You have it with you?
So now you're gonna starting on me.
I'm asking you to follow your policy and state your name, sir.
It's
you started out good.
It says Ray. I don't know what you're trying to get here. I don't understand why you're starting in.
I am asking you for your name and badge number, sir.
Why harass?
It's your policy. I'm not harassing. Asking you for your name and badge number is harassing you.
I'm just standing here with you,
You started out cool, man. Now you're going backwards.
I'm just standing here with you, man.
We get police that say it's right here. It's like, what if somebody can't read? You know, they want to make
I'm sorry, you can't read?
Officer. No,
is that what you're saying?
Say that. I'm just saying
okay.
that
you can
as
read
a
that,
point.
Right?
Yes, I can
okay.
read.
What
I
does
can
it say?
read that sign.
What does my name say?
KP Ray.
Ray. Okay, there you go.
But what if you were dealing with somebody that couldn't? That's why your policy says you're supposed to stay.
Yeah.
What if it's raining? Come on, man.
This guy started out cool, man. Now he's turned into an asshole.
I'm sure you've dealt with people that haven't been able to read.
Oh yeah, this guy's a little bit arrogant, man. He needs to chill out.
When they ask you, your name, you say, "Oh, it's right here." You know,
is that what you say to the judge?
What does that make sense?
Right here?
To the person that can't
it's
read?
written right here. Is that what you say?
Did you become a judge now?
I'm a member of the public that you work for, sir.
So
I pay your salary. I pay your salary.
You pay my salary?
Of course I do. I'm a member of the public. I'm a tax-paying citizen.
How'd you pay my salary?
My tax dollars go to your paycheck.
What tax?
State tax. I go buy a soda. That's tax. Yeah. How are you funded? How is your paycheck derived from?
Look it up.
Yeah, it's derived from tax dollars.
What taxes?
All of them.
No.
State taxes.
No.
You also get federal funding too.
You're reaching.
This guy's kind of a douchebag right here, man. He started out good. I thought you were going to be cool, man. You're kind of a clown, though.
All right, so tell me that did not look good, huh? Tell me that wasn't good for that officer. Put him in his place, okay? How do you pay my salary? You pay taxes. We all pay taxes. What particular tax pays his salary? I like that. That put a smile on my face. He could not name what tax. This guy really feels that when he goes into a grocery store and he buys a soda or a snack or whatever the case may be, that he's paying for these people's salary. Isn't that some shit? This guy is a piece of work. He really is a piece of work. And I'm sure you all notice it by now that if you don't bow down to this guy, if you don't give him the attention he wants, if you don't bow down to him, okay? Specifically like government employees, if they don't bow down to this guy, you're shit to him. You're garbage to him. This man is in a whole different world. Like, he took this frauditing shit to another level. Another level that I don't even know. Okay? I don't know where these guys get that somebody's supposed to kiss their ass because they pay taxes. I pay taxes. I pay good taxes on 2 houses. And I still don't have that mentality where I feel anybody who's funded by, public employees, let's say, or police, I don't feel that they're beneath me. They're equal. They are equal. And in certain things, they have more knowledge than me, such as in crime fighting, police officers in crime fighting. I mean, everybody has their PowerPoints, what they're specializing in or whatsoever, okay? But other than that, in human, we're all equal. This asshole, if you listen to the way he acts, he truly feels that these people who get funded by taxes are like beneath him. That's what I get. Now, I don't know how you guys feel about these guys, but that's the way they come off to me. That they feel if you're getting you've heard those comments that they're welfare recipients because they're getting paid by taxes. Are you kidding me? Back in my days, people worked hard to get these jobs, and as a little kid, I wanted to be a cop. I wanted to go up and fight crime and stuff like that. It's a different ballgame, a different world we live in now, but back in the days, people worked hard to get a government job, postal service. Shit, it was a 2-year waiting list in my neighborhood to become a postal employee. You had to wait for somebody to either retire or die or something to get into the postal service. That was a big job. It is now. Their salary is like in New York, forget about it. It's big time money. You know, those are, and you can't knock them, you can't be jealous of them, and you can't be pissed off that they worked hard to get that job. Now all of a sudden, because you're a taxpayer, and that's the way these guys think. You know, I don't know. I'm not going to get into ranting. We're going to get back to the video here, but I love the way that cop shut him up. What tax pays his salary? And this asshole feels that when he goes into a store and he buys a soda, he's paying his salary. That shows you how smart these frauditors are.
Won't identify, being all sarcastic.
You hanging? You still gonna be in there for a while?
You're gonna stay, and Curry's gonna leave.
Okay.
So.
Just done dealing with them.
Yeah, no, we don't need to talk to him. We don't need to talk to him. So. No, we don't. You guys haven't done anything, so.
Can I get your name and badge number, sir?
My name is Sergeant Hayes, and my badge number is 3505.
Thank you, sir. I appreciate that. You might want to tell this gentleman here that when a member of the public asks for his name and badge number,
did you get my badge number?
It's your policy.
Yeah,
it's
my
your
name
policy.
was right there, and I told
right there.
you
He says right there. He doesn't. You were a professional. You stated your name and badge number. It's your policy.
So the only thing I ask you guys, if someone departs here, just try not to impede it. So
they don't exit here.
Well, they can. They can't. You can exit here, but you can't enter here. So everything's
This
clear.
is the entrance.
Yeah, but it's an entrance and exit. They can exit if they have to. The door is open to the public, from my understanding. We don't come here often.
Did you read up, or do you know about the fire code about them locking the door?
Yeah, they can exit. There's multiple other exits inside the building.
They're all locked though.
They're not.
There's other exits that are
so you
not
can
locked?
exit but not enter. So the code, according to them, this is not my building. I'm not a fire expert. According to their policies, is they have multiple other exits in the building.
How come right on above every door here it says these doors are to remain unlocked during business hours?
Their policy, extensive COVID, is what they explained to me. I don't deal with this building. I'm not the expert in this
But
building.
COVID is not going to overrule the fire code.
You can talk to them. As at this point, the door is locked. It's for appointments only. That's all they're doing is appointments only.
So how do we go about correcting that where they can't lock these doors? Because
Doors
we
are
looked
locked.
up.
It's their policy.
We
It's
look.
their building.
You can't make a policy that
It's their
goes
building.
against the fire code,
You guys,
sir.
You guys enjoy your
You
day.
ain't gonna bring it up about that sign, are you?
Can you do me a favor? One
Yes.
favor. If you look above this door on the inside, it says doors have to remain unlocked.
He's taking that off. If you look at it, he's taking some of those signs off.
What about this House bill? Did you see the House bill that says no recording right here that was never even passed in 2016? It's not even a law. It's not a CRS. It's a House bill that they're referring to.
You can record out here, but once you go into there and they start exchanging like PII, which is personal information, like if you shouldn't be able to get my information, like you could get my name and my badge number, but you don't have a right to get my social security number, my date of birth, stuff like that. And according to them, they're giving that information out, so it's kind of an area where some of the information
they need to create privacy. Then, if it's a public lobby, we're allowed to record in there. That's the bottom line.
According to them, they have law. It states it is. So that's their law. So
it's not their law, sir. I mean, it's the Constitution.
All I'm here is make sure there's no. You guys are doing. You're fine. So you guys have a good day.
Hey, do better, bud. Next time I ask for your badge number, give it to me right away. Your name.
You got my badge number.
It's not right here, bud. Your name's not right here.
You got my badge.
Do better. Do better, clown.
You have a good day.
Clown in there. Your partner's a clown. Look at this guy. Came up all hot, parked on the sidewalk. Like it's like we have guns and we're robbing them, man.
I was standing right here.
There's no need for that to park on the sidewalk, man. What are you doing? Unmarked coming in here hot. Sirens blaring like there's a armed robbery going on or something like that. Straight clowns, man. Look at him, now he's using his lights to just get through. Illegal U-turn right there.
By the way, they left the front door unlocked. Yes, because the cops were standing there. They didn't know if they needed to come back in. That front door was unlocked.
Was that an emergency that you needed to do an illegal U-turn like that? That was an illegal U-turn. There was no emergency going on here, guys. Why would you do that? So he did an illegal U-turn with his lights on so he can come back because they forgot something. Look at these guys, man. Call the cops on us. They didn't do nothing, bud.
You cannot tell me this guy is not a straight up asshole. Straight up asshole. My God, does he need somebody to lay him out on his ass? Somebody truly needs to lay him out on his ass. You can't tell me nothing different.
All right, guys, so we're gonna go ahead and get out of here. We got to get going. We got stuff to do, and these guys have been in there for a grip now. Just, I don't know what they're in there trying to discuss, but they came back, but we have to go. So thanks for tuning into this one, guys. I appreciate it.